Shelly Belly.
Hi.
How's it going, girl?
It's going good.
Yeah?
It is. Yep,
Hey, we're
it is.
recording in a new space today. We're
Mm.
like we're like podcast nomads.
We
We're
Yeah.
today we're downstairs in Michelle's house and on her comfy couches because we're reorganizing the podcast studio.
Yeah, and I'm super excited though for the outcome.
As am I, because we're
Yeah.
gonna have some seriously comfy couches and everything in there. So in the meantime, we're just gonna sit on Michelle's comfy couch
We're
because we
just
have some really juicy, fun things to talk about today now,
going
don't we,
with the
Michelle?
flow.
What?
Going with the flow.
She's going with the flow. Hey, you've got your mic.
Podcast nomads.
No, you don't have your mic. You do have your mic. You have your coffee cup.
Oh yes, I have both.
Mm-hmm. It has our names on the other side. Show it.
Mm-hmm.
There it
Da,
is.
da, da,
Dun,
da.
dun, dun, dun. Anyway,
The
yes,
coffee tastes way better in this cup.
I like that one a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the
Yep.
perfect size, and it's really something
The
that
handle
we
is good.
got for
Yeah.
our podcast guests, which we have been a little
Mm-hmm.
delinquent on sending out. Okay, I'm taking that part out. Anyway,
Yeah.
what are we talking about today, Michelle? I think this is a fun one.
Well, so this came up as a topic, and I thought it would be good, as did Jules, and it has to do with grooming habits of our
Secret grooming
partners.
habits.
Secret grooming habits that our partners don't want us to know.
Or we don't necessarily share either.
Yeah, either way, so both sides of the coin.
So,
Whichever partner, just secret grooming habits that we do not share.
well, we were talking about this a little bit before we got started, and you had this funny story you were telling me.
Well, no, I was just because as we were talking about it, it brought me back to somebody I know that shared this with me actually a long time ago. So when you brought this up, I totally knew what you were talking about. And she was telling me how she dated this guy that thought it was weird that she didn't shower every day, right? And I mean, I don't shower every day. I don't shower every day. But so she was telling me this. She was like, so there were times when I would stay or he would stay that I would just go in and pretend like I was taking a shower.
And I'm like, how did that happen? Just turn the water on. Got my face wet, you know? And it probably rolled right into what we call like a marine shower or a horror shower.
So what is that?
So, well, I'd always heard it as a
A
marine
horror
shower, and then
shower?
our friend Carol told me it's called a horror shower. Basically, you just do your pits and privates,
Peas,
the peas,
pits and
the pits
privates.
and
Well,
privates,
I mean,
and
I
then
always
put on
thought
cologne.
I was gonna say that's what I always thought a horse shower was just that. Let's just like spray a bunch of cologne on us and here we go.
Kind of reminds me of all those guys that used to come into downtown Seattle, Nordstrom, and they would spray like 15 different colognes on themselves.
Yes, yes,
You
they
know, I
would.
don't think it was really making that big of a difference. As a matter of fact, it probably was making it worse, but you know,
Honestly, can we talk about just that for a second?
yeah.
Smokers do that.
Okay.
Smokers do that. This is
Smokers?
off topic, but smokers do that. It makes me think of people that smoke. They go
Okay.
smoke and they come back in and they spray themselves with perfume thinking that the smell is gone. And let me tell you, girls, guys, the smell is not
It's
gone.
not gone.
It's not gone.
And having been people that secretly smoked in the past, it's a secret. I was a closet person, just like I'm a podcast nomad. I was a closet smoker. Okay, you all know now. Judge me.
But not like a typical closet
Oh
smoker.
no, pretty typical. Yeah.
Okay.
Mary and I were, I mean, this is going back to when she came back from Germany when she was 19 and all of a sudden
I
picked
mean,
up
I've
this
smoked
habit.
cigarettes.
Well, it ends up on your fingers,
Uh,
and I don't care what anybody says. It's in your hair. It gets in your clothes. It's like
yes,
it
it
doesn't go
does.
away. So
Yep.
people that think that cologne is going to solve the problem or
And it
gum,
comes out your pores just like
everything.
anything. It's just like that. We're a little off topic, but it reminds me too of the person that ate garlic the night before.
Hmm.
Or I think of that garlic or onions, and it's just seeping out the pores. You totally know they did it. Same thing with cigarettes, people.
Hmm.
You're not
But
going to
and you
cover
know what
that
you
shit
really
up with
notice this
perfume.
at the gym. You notice at the gym, and I can remember like when I was younger, it's like having gone out or something, and I had a gym, like a meeting with a trainer in the morning, and I was definitely, I didn't shower before I went to the gym. I think a lot of people do that. I don't really do that because usually I don't really get that dirty, but I just throw my hair in a ponytail or whatever. I don't go hit the shower before I go to the gym. But in this particular case, I probably wouldn't have mattered because once you got sweaty, it's like all that stuff's coming out of your pores, whether it's
Yeah.
alcohol or, smoke
Yep.
because you've been smoking or in a smoky environment. Do you think if you smoke weed, that comes out of your pores?
Probably.
Do you think so?
Yeah. Why not?
I don't know. I've never noticed that before.
I mean, why
Not,
would you?
I
You
mean, on
just like,
people that I know that,
yeah, I don't know.
yeah, I know that's a good question.
But
But
wait, can take me back to showering before the gym. Who showers before they go to the gym?
so I know two people that do that.
Really?
Guys, yeah, that do that. But there are also people that take 3 showers a day. Which to me seems like excessive, unless you're in like a really sweaty environment, like if you're in a really hot environment, like in the South where it's, look at, I made that face, in the South where it's very humid. It's like you get out of the shower and you feel like you need to get back in the shower. I hate that
Yeah, I mean,
feeling.
yeah, the Midwest is like that too. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
But
just
I can
humid
see why
climate.
you would take 3 showers a day. But I mean, so until I met you, until I started hanging out with you, I should say years ago, I was the girl that would wash my hair every single day. And if I went one day without, I just felt so gross if I didn't. Or I remember that one of the managers at Nordstrom saying, yeah, he was explaining someone coming to work. She comes to work and you can tell that, she's put together. And then the next day, I think she just rolled out of bed because her hair is in one of those banana clip things. So she didn't wash her hair. And I remember him saying that, kind of going, well, that's kind of judgy. It's like, she doesn't need to wash her hair every single day. But you can take a body shower without having to wash your hair.
Body
It just takes
shower.
forever for it to dry and you've got all this product and blah
It's
de
a
blah.
process.
And it doesn't even get dirty.
It's a process,
Yeah.
man. To wash your hair, yes, with the product and the blow drying it and straightening it, whatever it is you do with your hair,
Hmm.
either way, it's a process.
Yeah.
And it is not healthy for your scalp or your hair
Right.
to wash it every day. It's not.
No. Okay. So
So,
I actually, there's something that I ran across that I kind of already knew, but as far as your vajayjay, we're going to talk vajayjay for a second here. You're really
okay.
not supposed to use a lot of like soaps
No.
and things there too, because it has this natural way of cleaning itself. But at the same time, you got to feel fresh. So
I mean, just wash
you
it.
just wash it, yeah,
You,
but not using a bunch of soaps and stuff because you're going to get like, I don't know, irritated or
well, that
something
that takes me down a whole other rabbit hole, so don't get me started. So,
on shaving or something.
no, on soaps and things, body shampoos, all that
Yeah,
stuff with all the things that they put in
put
them
in them.
now, the
Hmm.
BPA, and yep, there's parabens, too many things that you should not be putting on your body, let alone in your hoo-ha or on your hoo-ha or around your hoo-ha.
Yeah.
So,
No, good point. But it's like, kind of going back to the whole pineapple conversation. You just definitely want to
yes,
be mindful
for
of,
sure. Well,
your
yeah.
regions, and make sure that they're all nice and fresh. And when you're in an environment, like I said, where it's a really sweaty environment, it's like you definitely
Yes.
want to be mindful of that. That's why they have those little wet wipes, and oh, there's one of our secrets, the little wet wipes and things like that that you take with you on. I
Yes.
totally will do that.
Absolutely. Yes,
Yeah.
I do too.
To feel fresh
Yes.
and so clean,
Mhm.
clean, like that song.
So fresh and so
Anyway,
clean, clean. Yeah.
so the shower thing. Okay. So
I just said, I don't know, showering before the gym seems counterintuitive to me.
it does to me too. But then these are like men that probably get sweaty-ish, and so maybe they just feel more comfortable that way. I mean, I would prefer that they're showering than not showering, I suppose. So if it takes
Well,
three a day, knock yourself
sure.
out.
Yeah, go for it, guys.
Yeah.
No judgment here.
Yeah. But there are definitely, I mean, I know women like that too.
And
So
gals.
some of
Gals
these
too.
little
Yeah.
faux pas we're talking about, or not faux pas, but secrets and things that we have or men have. I mean, we've talked very openly about the whole shaving and the waxing and, I mean, manscaping, womenscaping, of course, too, but manscaping. I see that I'm noticing more that men are more mindful of that, which thank God. Thank God.
Okay, so before we go much further into that, let's just explain what the manscaping is.
Okay. Well, it's basically just taking care of yourself. It's the same thing that we do, but I mean, some guys take it to a little bit further degree, where maybe they bodybuild and they shave their chest or they shave their arms. But they get manicures, they get pedicures. They're more like metro kind of, I
Think
guess.
think of the word landscaping. We're
Yeah.
manscaping. So we're trimming and shaping
Hmm.
and clearing off and blowing
They're doing
and
the same thing that most women do, I would say. Well, I shouldn't say most women because there's plenty of women that don't,
yeah,
I suppose, as
that
well.
don't yeah.
And on a lot of those things, it's like I didn't even really pay attention to a lot of that stuff until I was a little bit older.
So I'm just gonna like pull a fast one on you. I'm
What?
gonna ring the bell right now. So
In the middle of our segment.
in the
This is
middle
going
of
to be
this segment,
good.
well, no, and it's really no big deal, but trim that nose hair or don't trim the nose hair.
I've never had to do that, but I would say absolutely do it if you need to. Use your own special scissors, put them away because damn well you're using it for other stuff too. Don't let them sit around so someone else can use them. They're yours.
I My name is Michelle and I trim my nose hair. I do.
Hopefully she uses her own scissors. Ah! Okay,
Yes.
moving on.
Now, one of my children asked me once, "Mommy, why do you have spider webs in your nose?" So ever since I just,
That was a long
yeah,
ass time
I
ago.
it
Nobody
was
calls you
because that
mommy
was, yeah,
anymore.
I know.
Yeah.
I clip that shit.
Yeah.
Yep. So,
But it's
anyways,
like even talking to your kids about this kind of stuff. I mean, it's like I guess you could do it when they're younger, but as they get older, it's like I just would like buy one of those grooming kits and it would be a gift. Not that I know I mean, I don't know whether they need it or not or know what to do with it or whatever, but it's kind of like I'm just encouraging them to be good for whoever their future person is and for themselves.
yes.
Yeah.
And I think too, just like anything when it comes to trauma and childhood trauma and all the things,
Yeah.
this is something else that could possibly a generational thing be broken. I was telling Julie as we were talking about this earlier, I
Hmm.
grew up in a family of 8 and we took baths on Saturdays. I mean, talk about,
Not
and I
all at
was
the
the
same time.
youngest.
I was actually able to
Not all at
clarify
the
that.
same time. Yeah, not all at the same time. But I was joking that term, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. I was number 8. I'm the youngest, and we didn't all share the same bathwater or anything like that. But a few of us would take a
The
bath in the
last couple
same,
so they'd fill
yeah,
it up
or
and
even sometimes, yeah, or yeah, so so I didn't grow up. I remember when my dad put a shower in downstairs. That was really weird to me, and,
it was a big deal.
so yeah, it was kind of a big deal, and so, yeah, then there were more options, but,
I
it's
mean,
just
back in the day, okay, way long before us, that was kind of, especially when you had larger families, I imagine that was a process that people
yeah,
had to go through. But I was reading something somewhere not that long ago, but it was like a larger family, but the dad got the water when it was clean, and then everybody
yeah.
else got what was kind of left over. And my question was, when did the mom get her bath? Nobody talked about the mom.
Women and children. I think it was the dad and then the mom. I remember what you're talking about,
Yeah.
and then it was because that's where the term "don't throw the
See,
baby out with the bathwater,"
I would
because by the
be I would be emptying that shit out, cleaning, and then having my own. Just like,
yeah.
okay, I bathed all of you. We're good. I'm gonna have my quiet time. I'm locking the door
Mhm.
now. You know.
Yeah.
Anyway, just a thought, but hopefully we were able to get clean too. The women were able to get clean too. What about like hair removal in general? Just like legs. Do you feel like that's a very American thing because in Europe, in a lot of places in Europe, it's like hairy legs for women are kind of sexy, I guess.
Is
Not
it
me.
though? I actually this brings me back. I forget what store I was at, but it was probably just a couple weeks ago, and there was a girl who it's almost like sometimes people I feel like go out of their way to prove points because it's
Mhm.
cold outside, it's the middle of winter, but No, we're wearing shorts and short sleeves and short shorts and hairiest legs I've ever seen.
How old was she?
I couldn't figure it out. Probably early 20s.
Oh,
Yeah.
what kind of that granola vibe?
No.
Or
It was I don't know what kind of vibe, but it just really caught me off guard. But to your point, yeah, we tend to do that in America. I don't know if hairy legs is sexy. Could be to some people. Everybody has a fetish, I suppose.
yeah, like
Maybe
feet.
that could be,
I've
yeah,
run
feet
across that
fetish,
before.
foot fetish. Yeah. I
But
don't
yeah,
know.
no, I know it in other countries, it is different than it is here. We just want to be as hairless as possible, whether it's, although I know people that have women that have hairy armpits and stuff, and they're, very feminine and they just have a different way of looking at things. So it's different
Yeah.
than what the quote norm is.
Right.
Doesn't bother me. I don't care if men have hairy armpits. I personally wouldn't. I don't like that feel.
Correct.
Yeah, I don't think I'd like
I
that
guess I
feeling.
was sounding a little judgy
What?
in regard to that person I saw. That
No, you
that
weren't
one was,
sounding judgy. It's just different
it
than
just
what you.
really was just, yeah, very different.
If you were judgy, you would have walked her over to Safeway and gotten some, you know, z- razors or something, I suppose.
No.
Said, girl, can we have a talk? Hey, here's the barber shop. Let me take you
But
in.
to
Really,
your
it's my treat.
point, to your point though, like I didn't grow up getting a lot of grooming advice
Right.
from my mom. I was very observant in watching my sisters who probably didn't get a lot either, and everybody is just kind of learning as they go and figuring things out on their
Where
own,
do you think they're
and
figuring it out from?
that's what I'm saying.
You
Who
figured it out from
knows?
your sisters. Do you think now they're figuring it out from like social media?
Well, now, yeah, there's all of that on social media. You can't have anything stinking. There's like too many options out there. They got
Yeah.
stuff that, yeah, for everything.
hmm Yeah, and now that TikTok's banned temporarily, there will not be any
Uh-oh.
how-to videos. People are going to be
Uh-oh.
jumping over to YouTube for those how-to videos, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
so we talked about horse showers, we talked about grooming essentials and stuff. One thing that I feel like if I could share with men who have a beard, which I'm not a big beard person in the first place, it's got to be well coiffed, really nicely put together. And there's
Coiffed. Coiffed. There goes
coiffed, yeah.
Julie with her fancy words
It's not a
again.
fancy word. It's just they've got to be, like they got to have their shit put
Well
together. That's all.
groomed.
But I love it when there's like a clean line, like a clean line, and,
Yeah,
and
line
it's
it
not
up,
like they just let
guys.
it grow like they're
Gotta line
Grizzly
that shit
Jackson or
up.
something. Huh?
Yeah. They gotta line that shit up.
Line that shit up just like they line up, whatever else
A
they're
good
lining
line
up.
up.
They line
Yep.
up this
Hmm.
as well. Line it up, get it all going, make it look purposeful. Looks like you took some time and some energy. It's kind of sexy, I think. Just saying.
I got like I take a picture with my four boys. There's like more hair in that. It's like holy
But
smokes.
they're very well coiffed. I mean, I just saw Isaac leave and he's looking great. And I'm curious, I'm asking him all these questions about his beard. So, does that itch? No. Did it itch when you started growing it? No. I was like, it's really long. He looks at me like I am the strangest woman ever. Who is this woman? But he tolerates me, so that's all that matters. But that kind of goes
Uh,
back to that manscaping thing. So I kind of love it when men embrace a lot of, I mean, they can be very clean people, but they just don't like have those impeccable grooming habits. Like their nails aren't necessarily completely clean. Maybe they work with their hands or they've got the beard thing going on, or, their hair doesn't have like they need a haircut kind of a thing. Those are all very, easy things to fix if people really know to fix them. But I think that, or if they care, frankly, they may
yeah.
not care. Their wife or the girlfriend or partner may not care either. So you know what, you do you. But
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not about easy things to fix
right,
because we fix things that are wrong. So it's not that it's wrong, but they're easy things to do.
right, to suggest strongly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. I agree with you
Yeah.
there. But if we run across something, where we've got well, I don't know if this is grooming, but it's like I was at where was I? I was out showing how I was at an open house. I was at an open house, took some clients in last weekend, and the listing agent there, she was darling, and we're probably around the same age. She was very well put together. She and I could totally be friends. I could already figured that out. But anyway, when I walked in, we're chatting. She goes like this. She goes, "You have lipstick right here." And I was like, "Oh my God, you are a girl's girl. I love you." Because I had a lipstick, a little bit of lipstick on my tooth. How long was I going to walk around with that? Nobody telling me. And it's
Yeah.
like, I'm always am a big fan of an advocate of watching after your girl, if you
I was
see
gonna say
something.
that's kind of girl code.
Yeah.
Bat in the cave. Do you know what that is?
Bat in the cave. Yep. That was a
That
Nordstrom thing.
was it?
Cosmetics. Nordstrom Cosmetics. I
Yeah,
always thought they said
maybe. I
bat in the
don't know.
cave. Like
You know
if
what
you've
that
got a
is?
booger in your nose or something.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what it is.
Yeah.
Bat in the cave.
Bat in the cave. Yeah. And you got to tell people. But if you run
Yeah.
across, like when I see things like guys taking it a little bit to the extreme, like spray tanning and they're orange, I don't like that. I
Eh,
like them to be more naturally tan,
yeah,
whereas we do
that's
it.
us. There's probably plenty of people that like that though.
I know, and I think about, like the whole we live in the Northwest where we're basically blue gray, half of the year. So having a little color on your skin is a delightful thing. But I'm not very good at putting on all of that tanning stuff, right? We have a friend who
Yeah.
does it like all year round and she's really, really good at it. And it looks really good. It's very natural looking. Um, but when I just don't see guys doing it as much, I feel like it's a little bit, I don't know, that would be weird for me to see
Yeah.
that.
Well, I mean, the
Would I
guys
date a
that
guy who goes spray tanning? That's the
no,
question.
because you like black guys.
They wouldn't. Well, I'm an equal opportunity person,
It's
Michelle.
not top of mind. I never really even thought about that, but yeah, that's why. Like, my man don't need any of that.
Man, don't need any. We're going to speak for Michelle's man because Julie is currently single. So we don't have anybody in mind that needs to have
Yeah,
a spray tan or that I can
no
encourage
stretch,
not
but
to at this
I
point.
don't know that that would be a thing for me,
No.
honestly. No, it's
No.
not.
What
Mm-mm.
about okay, here's one that I'll share with you, but I actually got it from my hair girl, right? And she has beautiful skin. So let's just start with that. She's got every product you could possibly imagine under the sun. Every time I get my hair done, I come home and she sends me a link and I buy something new. And she's not even getting paid for it. That's the funny part. But her new thing is skincare, and we've got all our serums and all this stuff. And she gets this, it's called butt paste, actually. It's like all natural, like
Why have
Desitin.
I've heard of this.
Yeah, I don't know. I have it upstairs. I'll show it to you, but it's white and it just comes in this tub. But it's like it's kind of like Desitin, but it's natural, like for healing and like if you think about putting it on a baby's butt, right? It's going to be if they have a rash or their bottoms hurt or
Okay,
whatever.
so it's not for
It's not
your butt.
intended for your face,
Right.
but
Is it
that's where you put
intended
it.
for your butt?
No,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. But it's
So
called butt
it's
paste,
called butt paste. Yeah.
but you put it on your
And you
face.
put it on your she told me do it. And I've done it a couple times. I've only done it a couple times so far. And one time Jared was staying in the cottage and back and he came in. I was like, "Warning. I've got this white shit on my face." And he had Delilah, the little girl with her. And I'm like, "Okay, so I don't scare her." But yeah, you just put it on like a mask. And then just leave it on for, I don't know, half hour or whatever. And then you just gently wipe it off and your
Is
skin
it for
just feels
hydration?
yeah, just for
Okay.
yeah, I don't know, it just works and I like
Does
it.
it smell good?
There's no smell to it.
Because Desitin doesn't smell
Does
good.
not doesn't have a smell to it's all natural stuff. It doesn't have any
Yeah, but I
chemicals or
mean,
anything in
still,
it.
it
Yeah.
still could have a smell.
So, but I get into all this stuff with I've got Michelle and Eileen who are both like, divas when it comes to all of the things to do with your face and your wrinkles and oh my gosh, Eileen gave me what is that thing called?
I don't know, but
It's this little wand thingy where you go and it feels actually really good. It's a certain kind of metal. She kept saying, and I don't know what it was, but you go like this around your eyes. And because she was trying to tell me, Julie, there's no way to get rid of the bags under your eyes except maybe do something like this. And I just still have a hard time with the
you
fact
just,
that they won't
yeah,
go away.
well, it's kind of like, also if you think about I don't know
Turkey
why,
neck?
well, no, but why can't I think of what it's called? For drainage,
Oh, lymphatic.
lymphatic.
Yeah.
I don't know, that totally
And
escapes
then
my brain.
I use castor oil with a lymphatic drainage tool.
Yeah.
I just don't have the patience for a lot of that stuff, but it's kind of like my fun Sunday routine. Like Sunday night, I get a lot of that stuff done and have my little, whatever, my little Korean face mask or
I
whatever
mean,
I'm
if
doing.
if you think about it, those kind of are hidden grooming,
Yeah,
well, not hidden, but grooming secrets
they're
that we d
absolutely.
it's not like we hide them from our partner,
Hmm.
but there's probably a lot more that we do that they don't realize,
Oh, yeah.
as
Well,
far as
and
that
nor
stuff
do they
goes.
care. But in a lot of ways, do they even
Yeah,
care? But then would they care if you didn't do it? They don't know any better.
they'd they'd probably notice.
Yeah, they would
Over
probably notice.
time, they would probably notice if just like anything else, probably noticed if if you're not trimming the bush, and they'd probably notice if you're not clipping your nails. They'd probably notice if you're not trimming that nose hair for me.
Mhm.
Anyways, so there's things that would be noticed, like if you stop doing them. And I don't sit there and trim my nose hair in front of my guy,
No.
obviously. So in a way, I guess that is kind of one of the grooming things that I do. Like, it's not like I hide it from him,
Well,
but
it's
it's
just
not like
why
you
does
want
he
to
need
sit
to be in the why does he need
and
to be
dig
in the
in your
bathroom when you're trimming your nose hair,
yeah.
right? Okay, so think about, have you ever been to the gym?
Well,
And people are very comfortable in the gym. It's a
oh my
little
goodness.
frightening.
Are we going to talk about this now? Yeah.
But those are they secret grooming habits when you've got, I mean, they're just taking care of their bodies, right? But
I
they're
mean,
just doing it
they
in front of everybody in such a manner that is a little concerning
so they're
sometimes.
not secret, not there at that time.
Well, they're
But
secret because they're only women there.
I was at the gym the other day, and of course, I sauna quite a bit. And the sauna can be a really interesting place at times, right? You
People wear clothes in there, right?
No, not always.
Oh.
I do. Sometimes I'll wear bathing suits. Sometimes I just have shorts with a bathing suit top. Sometimes
Mhm.
I'm in my workout leggings with a workout top. It just depends. But yeah, so that's pretty much the general in there. But there are times, and it's often, where you get that one. They just come in either with just nothing on top or nothing at all. They
Okay.
come in with nothing at all, and they just
Do they
do
put a
their
towel
things.
down
They
before they sit
they
down?
sometimes they'll get up. They'll put a towel down, but they'll scoot down, and they got their legs up on the wall and all kinds of things. I just try to like not pay attention. But they make they're pushing every bit of air out of their body that they can.
Really?
The other day, get back to the other day, because this hasn't happened often, but this did happen the other day, and she was like just like clearing her throat completely of any kind of phlegmage of any kind that was within her. And I could hear her out there in the hallway, and then in the sauna passing gas, like, I don't know, just like I said, getting every bit of air out of her body, or phlegm of any kind was happening, and it was
So was she chucking the loogie or was she just, like, swallowing it?
she was back there in the shower. I don't know what
Oh,
she
I
was
thought okay,
doing,
I thought you meant she was, like, in the sauna itself.
but I thought when she was done, I'm like, "Okay, hopefully we're done with that, right? So I can try to meditate in
Mhm.
the sauna here." And nope, we were not done.
I think that's kind of excessive. I mean, it's secret to everybody else, but it's like, you don't need to be, like,
It was a
involved.
process, man. I
Yeah.
heard it again, and then by the time I was leaving, she was still at it back
Oh my
there,
god.
man. I've never in my life.
I
So
know, and so some of those things I'm like, "Okay, I'm glad you are so comfortable with your body that you feel compelled to pick your ass in front of everyone and their mother, to shave your lips, whatever it is you're gonna do." Seriously, in front of other people at the shower. Now, these are all things that everybody does, right? They're all getting themselves clean or whatever, they've got whatever they're doing. But I just don't really like to see that. I don't
no.
need to see that. I
Yeah,
don't see it
so
when you do it. Why would I see it when
I
some perfect stranger does it?
yeah, so I guess that's kind of my point, what I was talking about before. There's things we do that are not necessarily, "Oh, I don't want 'em to know that I do this." I mean, there are things like
Mhm,
that everybody does.
mhm.
A lot of people do, maybe not everybody, but things that everybody Almost everybody does. And it's just not something that you're going to do out in the open, even with your partner there.
Mhm.
Eventually, maybe eventually we all poop in front of our partner, or maybe not in front of, but if the sound comes out,
Mhm.
it's not as devastating as it was when you were first dating.
Yeah. I was
Let's
talking
be
to
honest.
this couple is engaged, and the guy is like, he is letting him rip, and, does the classic pull the covers over the head thing, probably the whole bit, and the girl's like, "I would be mortified if I did that." And I think he would be mortified too, and I'm like, "What a double standard, first of all." Second of all, it's like, I totally get it, because
Yeah.
you get to a point, but there's gotta be, I don't know, a point in time where you're like, "Can you leave a little bit to the imagination? I don't need to know
Yes,
all the
true.
details." It's kinda like when you're giving birth and they see everything more than you
Yeah.
see, they have a completely different
Yeah. Perspective.
interpretation the next time they're
True.
looking at it,
Yep. Yep.
and it's not pretty usually.
A little pro tip, if you are new in the relationship and you do need to poop, turn the bathtub water on and run it, or the sink water on, or both, if you need a little background noise so you can try to, let the things escape that make a little noise.
Or Michelle goes they're at a hotel, she'll just go down to the lobby bathroom.
Yeah, I have done that before.
Yeah, I think we all have. All right.
I
Well,
forgot about that. Yeah, that's funny.
so we've talked about some of these secret grooming habits. I think what it kind of boils down to is it's important to take care of yourself, right?
Yes, it is.
And
Yes.
while you're taking care of yourself, some people have much more detailed routines than others. Some people care about some things other people don't care about. And then when you're with your partner, I think, especially as you're kind of like new, even in a relationship and stuff, it's like you kind of want to present with your best foot forward. But there's
Sure.
going to be things that you're going to slip on down the road. And when it comes
And
to the grooming,
we're all humans. Did we
really?
don't need to be embarrassed about things that our bodies do. I
Yeah.
mean, really. It is what it is,
Hmm.
and every there's a book for toddlers called Everybody Poops. So just remember that.
She reflects on that book quite often, apparently. Are you
No.
going to ring the bell again?
Do you
Do you have a question for me?
I do have a question.
Oh, geez.
That
What is
wasn't
it?
There's that ring again. So my question is, in regard to vacationing, is relaxing better or activities better when you go on vacation? So like, you're gonna go to Hawaii and we're just gonna, kind of chill by the beachside or by the pool and have a cocktail and chill, or we're gonna like go do the bungee cord thing, or the what is that thing called that you can, like hold on
Oh,
to,
zip
and
lining.
zip
Hmm.
lining, or the hike? Are we going to go out on the catamaran, go see all the sights, like activities? What do you think is better?
Ideally is when you can have a combination of two. So in my thought process, you I'm all about the chill by the pool with a margarita and a book in my hand and put some oil on me and call it good. I'm good. I'm happy as a clam. I have my music, whatever. But there's destination vacations where that's not really how you're using your time. So let's say I was to go to Europe. Let's say I was going to go to Spain. I've been to Spain. We talked about this the other day, but
Yeah.
I've never been to the beaches of Spain. And I would love to be able to experience that. So I would try to mix in like destination type stuff where you're learning things about the area or the culture or
Mhm.
whatever, go to the museums, whatever you're doing, and then mix in the chill days with it. But other than that, if I had to choose, I would definitely choose Sandy Beach, margarita music, book.
Oh, we're the same on that
I know.
then. I
Yeah.
thought maybe we would differ a little bit,
It depends on what the vacation
because
is.
I think you found out that I think you found that out about me when we went to New Orleans.
I was so surprised.
Because she's like, "Do you want to do the whatever?" There was this motorboat, like alligator, I don't even know what things, or go tour the cemeteries, or there were more than a few different excursions that she was like, "Do you want to go? Do you want to go?" Because we were there for my birthday, and she was just like,
She's like, "No, I want mimosas and brunch." And I'm like, "Sold." We did
like,
that.
can we just like go upstairs and lay by the pool and just like hang out? And
And
I
I've
just didn't.
never done that in New Orleans. I've never This is the only time I've ever done that, and it was so awesome. But
Don't,
usually, when we're doing those kind of long weekend things, it's, we go to Vegas, we're sitting, that's kind of
yeah,
the idea, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah.
just so much to see and do there that
That is more my vibe. But you're right. Like Europe, uh, I might be going there later this year,
you are
and
going.
yeah, we're going, and so that is going to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
That's kind of I won't say once in a lifetime. I'm not going to narrow it down to that, but neither one of us have been to these places, and so sure, yeah, it's
Mhm.
going to be a lot more exploring than normal. And I think as I'm saying that out loud, it's a different type of vacation. To
Mhm.
your point. So Mexico, meh, yeah, let me belly up to the bar in the pool, and
Oh, that sounds amazing.
I know.
That sounds so amazing right now.
Which is what we tried to do last year, and it
Yeah.
didn't happen. So, but yeah, I think it can be a good combination. But I'm with you. Like if it's a sandy beach or a pool or
Mhm.
whatever, I'm mu- I'm happy to do that. Nobody has to go out of their way to try to entertain me.
No, no, you are the easiest person to vacation with, honestly. So easy to vacation with, super chill, totally go with the flow. It's pretty nice. I love long, I like to plan stuff, so I have things to look forward to, but
Yeah.
I love long weekends, like long weekends where there's a purpose. So, like for example, the Hawks schedule we already know who the Hawks are playing next season. We don't know when. We just know what the away games are and that sort of thing. And Andrew, my son, was talking about how he's never been to Nashville, and we're going to be playing in Nashville. And I'm like, what a perfect opportunity to go and
Oh,
check out, because he's only like what 2 hours or something away from there. So we can go to Nashville. I can show him where all the stuff is, and yeah,
yeah.
go see the game. But it's fun because everybody's wearing their jerseys, and it's like there's all this camaraderie because all these
Yeah.
people are around that are. So New Orleans was one place, and it was super fun. I met the nicest people there. We lost, but that's beside the point. But it was a
Yeah.
good reason to go, I guess. So anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, that was a really long way of saying, can I just like permanently go on vacation? Yeah, not quite
We're
ready for
getting
that.
there. We're
Yeah.
getting there.
So anyway, TikTok's banned. I'm really sorry to hear that.
Yeah, we're sorry. TikTok is temporarily unavailable, but
And
Donald
President
Trump
Trump
is
will
going to
bring it
fix
back.
everything.
I've got the big W
We
going on that. Whatever.
Stay tuned, everybody, because we're going to have an episode coming up. We're going to talk about some of these things in regard to the TikTok ban. We're going to
Hmm.
have a guest on who has a lot of interesting opinions and information with
Yep.
regard to it. And I think we'll like let some of the conspiracy theories out there, swirl about as we talk about some of these
I mean,
things. So,
I think it's going to be a live episode. I think this would be a great one to do our live on
oh,
with our
okay,
next one. So let's give that a shot.
there we
But
go.
yeah, we're kind of trying to figure out how that affects everybody, and there's definitely so many different opinions out there. It's it's kind of an interesting time.
TikTok, schmick talk,
Schmick talk.
schmick schmuck.
Anyway, on that note, we are on the socials, right?
All of them except for TikTok.
All of them except for TikTok.
And actually, we are there,
Yeah.
but you can't see us
Yeah.
there. So there is that.
And we would love to hear your thoughts on the secret grooming habits. And just maybe we missed something that you could share a little tidbit
Share them.
about,
Here you go. Share them anonymously in our DMs. Hit
and
us
then
up in our DMs
we'll
because
put
if
them
you
up.
put it in a comment, we see who you are. So if I truly would like to be entertained and interested in any that you have to share that you think are kind of out there. So we can maybe talk about them at a future date. That'd be
Yeah.
kind of fun. All
All right.
right.
Well, with that in mind, we'll chat with you guys next week. Thanks for listening and for watching. And we'll
Yep.
talk to you later.
See you later.
Peace
Bye.
out.